Do I look like a boy or a girl?
I would file this under don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to.
Me.
I think you're a boy.
No, I'm a girl.
Karen, come get your son. He's been running through your closet again.
No, I'm a girl.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think you look like?
Sorry.
No. Just ugly.
Okay.
Help me out with this nice pizza. Here, you could actually have my pizza. Do you like those?
Yeah.
He's so mean I'm not eating his pizza, so you should have it.
Oh, yeah?
Fuck him. You enjoy your pizza.
Thank you.
Bye. Look at him, he's so mean. Do I look like a boy or girl? He's telling me I'm a man. Come on.
No.
It doesn't take
I'm a
rocket
man.
science.
I'm a man.
He thinks it's funny. Right? It doesn't take rocket science to figure it out.
No.
Thank you. Enjoy your pizza. Bye. Bye. I'm just telling you, you have to be more respectful.
Yeah, you are welcome.
You're not embarrassed to be ignorant and rude?
I am not good English.
I don't buy that for a minute. I think you speak English just fine, my love. Because you understood every other sentence we had.
Great.
Okay, bye. Educate yourself.
Educate yourself on what? On the fact that sometimes unhinged people are gonna walk into public spaces and try to make it everybody else's problem? Sometimes it's like, sir, I'm just trying to get a slice right now. I don't know why you think I want to hear you complain about the fact that this guy didn't use your proper pronouns.
You know, on the pizza.
What?
You know.
I would never eat your pizza. In a million years, you're so rude. How are you gonna tell me I'm a man in a purse and long hair and nails? You can't figure that out for yourself? Fucking asking, well, what are your pronouns? What do you think my pronouns are? Take a guess. Take a guess. Well, what were the pronouns of the guy in the pizza shop?
This video is sponsored by Red Pill Threads. Red Pill Threads is a new brand that runs against the mainstream narrative. Our goal is to help people speak out in a world where voices of truth are silenced so easily. People too often believe that those in power hold the power. This is false. We are the elite. We hold the power. We just need to open our eyes and see that. We hope that our shirts will help you find like-minded people out in the wild. We tackle social and political issues with humor and veracity. We aim to help fight child trafficking by donating 10% of our proceeds to Operation Underground Railroad. So check out Red Pill Threads down below in the description box or go to redpillthreads.com. Use promo code THAI, THAI in all caps for 10% off. What's up, everybody? Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. This was sent to me in my Instagram DMs, and I'm not sure what's really going on here with this particular person because it looks like they walked in wanting this problem, which I read that this person is a YouTube streamer. I wasn't able to find their YouTube, but for some reason, it's almost like being misgendered is these people's kink. Because what the pizza man thinks of you should not matter at all. Let him know what kind of pizza you're having and keep it moving. There is no reason to try to educate the pizza man. And I think people have mistaken being lied to for an actual right in this country. Nobody owes you to lie to you about what you look like. Especially when you said, do I look like a boy or a girl? That leaves it open for the guy to tell you that he thinks you look like a boy. When you put it on the other person to tell you if you're anchovies or sausage, and he guesses sausage, and guess what? Sausage is right. He might have thought he was on a prank show. He might have thought if he gave the right answer, balloons were gonna come flying out and he was gonna win some money. And back in the day, this wasn't called getting misgendered. This was called getting your T clocked. Your T stood for truth, and the fact that you got clocked is just as self-explanatory as that. So this got her T clocked.
And getting clocked
sucks.
She wanted to ask anchovies or sausage. He said sausage. I personally would have said, I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to get out right now. You look like you should be churning butter somewhere. You look like flying Snoopy. You look like a bat. As far as I'm concerned, you could identify as a bat because you don't look like a woman. That's what it is.
How are you gonna tell me I'm a man in a purse and long hair and nails?
I've talked about it on this channel before. I date girly boys. Not all the time, but I do sometimes date truly girly boys. So not too long ago, I was dating a guy that had his nails done a little bit longer than active length nails. He carried an actual purse. There's no disputing this was a purse. It was a woman's purse, fully identified as male. There was not a part of him that thought that he was female or wanted to be a woman, is the phrasing that they use in a lot of cases, because you can't change your but you can change your gender. He had no part of him that wanted to be that, though. He was a full-on boy. So when you ask people this kind of questions, and especially when they're not from this country, and what kills me about the politically correct woke, which is what this person, I'm sure, would consider themselves, and that's the reason they're shaking down the pizza man about what their pronouns are and wanting this pizza man to give them some level of respect that they really don't deserve, but for some reason think they're going to be able to whine their way into getting what they want, which that's not the way it's ever worked throughout history. Could you imagine if during the civil rights movement they had been like, oh my God, why are you spraying us with hoses right now? Oh my God, you're sicking dogs on us? Could you imagine Rosa Parks? Oh my God, you want me to sit in the back of the bus? Oh my God, they like totally thought I was gonna sit in the back of the bus, you guys. I deserve to sit in the front of the bus like everybody else. Just shut up. I know this may have been an effective strategy with your parents, complaining and crying about everything, and that's how you got your way. But that's not the way it works in this situation. And what I was saying about immigrants is you claim that you're open to immigrants coming to this country, but then you think that immigrants are just going to assimilate to what this culture is, and that's not the way it's ever worked. Eventually, over generations, they'll start to assimilate, their kids will assimilate, but people don't just immediately come from wherever they're from and drop their customs and drop their way of thinking to adopt ours, or in this case, more specifically, to adopt yours. You need to understand that you still have a lot of work to do when it comes to your transition, if you're even transitioning, because to me, you don't look like a woman, you don't sound like a woman, you look like a boy that decided to play dress up and wear women's clothes, and this is just your style. I don't think the average person throughout the day thinks that you're actually a woman. They may play along. Maybe you're in a part of New York where it's been gentrified and people are doing their best not to offend people, but you do not look like a woman, and you definitely don't sound like a woman. Your face is long, and I'm not trying to be mean, but this is why there's facial feminization surgery, because your full facial structure does not say woman. So if you want people to address you as a woman, you have to at least meet people halfway. You have to at least try to look like a woman. On some level, you have to put in the effort too. It can't just all be put on me and my imagination, or this guy and his imagination. And this guy, not to be rude, but he looks like he comes from a place where they don't really get down with the gays like that anyway.
From the nation to the sea.
For all I know, this might be the first time he's actually seeing a gay person that isn't being launched off the roof of a building. Not to mention that he's working at a pizza shop. I don't know if that's his pizza shop or it's somebody else's pizza shop, but he's working at a pizza shop, which is the other thing. When you're dealing with immigrants, a lot of times they're sending money back home. So they have a million things to think about. I got to get to Western Union. I got to get to a Walmart. I got to send this money out. He's dealing with a hot oven. There's so much that they have to think about that is not how you identify. The last thing he wants to do is play do I look like a boy or a girl with somebody who clearly is a boy. Nobody cares about your pronouns. The country has moved past actually caring about pronouns in any way that's going to help you out. The country has gotten to the point where everybody's like, yeah, pronouns, unless they're the regular ones that we all know you are, we're not just going to bow down and say, you're right, you are a she and a her. No, you're a he and a him, whether that bothers you or not. It just is what it is. If it does bother you, then get better at fooling people. Because the way you're doing it now is not going to sway anybody and is not helping the
to us LGBTQPIA plus
cause on any level. So maybe once you stop looking to the outside world to validate you, you'll live a happier life, because then you won't be so worried about what it is everybody else thinks about you. And when you're saying that you need to respect people, lying to people is not respecting them. Lying to people is the opposite of respecting them. If you had said, this is the way I identify, would you please refer to me in these pronouns? Even then, I would think you were asking too much of the pizza guy, but to me, at least that would be having an honest version of what it is you're trying to do. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to comment, but you don't know what to comment, just put a slice of pizza. Just to let me know you're in solidarity with this man actually telling this other man the truth. This has been Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world.